if you want to be a leader, the next quality that you need to have is perseverance. The best person to be given as an example for perseverance is Mahatma Gandhi. He used two weapons. The whole world believed in bombs and bunkers, arms and ammunition, but he believed in two different kind of weapons. What were those weapons? One is non-violence, the other one is truth. He was in the school. There was an inspection. The inspector was there in the class giving some questions. He was not answering one question correctly. His class teacher came close to him and said, "Come on, your answer is wrong. Copy from your neighbor." He refused to copy. He said, "If I do not know the answer, I won't copy." Do you understand what is perseverance? He stuck to it. His first experience was a horrible one. But he knew that he had to undergo a lot of suffering before getting that thing called freedom. That's why I said, the way he walked on this planet, millions attained freedom, and the world has never been the same again. What can perseverance do? Perseverance sustains your talent. You do not know how many miles you will have to run while chasing your dream. He had a dream of getting freedom for India. How? Not through arms and ammunition, not through bombs and bunkers, but through truth and non-violence. And he stuck to that till the end. Read My Experiment with Truth. You will know the real picture of Gandhi. My Experiment with Truth. Look at this. There are 5 enemies for perseverance. We easily give up. We have a wrong belief. A wrong belief that success is a destination. Success is not a destination. It is only a process. It is not an end in itself. We have no resilient power. A lack of vision. Look at that. 5 enemies of perseverance. A lifestyle of giving up. A wrong belief that life should be easy. A wrong belief that success is a destination. A lack of resiliency. A lack of vision. These are the enemies you should be aware of if you talk about perseverance. To persevere, you have to have a purpose. You have to eliminate all the excuses. You will have to develop stamina. Do you understand? Do you understand? If you want to be successful in a particular field, first fix a purpose and then eliminate all excuses. Don't keep on saying that my father is poor, mother is poor, my parents are uneducated, I hail from a rural family, I hail from a particular community, caste, creed, region, religion. It has not, your success has nothing to do. Eliminate all those excuses. One day you will become successful. After all, he failed 1,000 times and still he became successful. Look at this. I will not say I failed 1,000 times. Instead, I will say that I discovered 1,000 ways that can cause failures. KFC owner, Colonel Sanders. He developed a formula to sell chicken. He visited 1,006 hotels, not just one or two. He went or approached 1,006 hotels. No one was ready to accept his formula. And once he decided to have the business on his own, and he started KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Colonel Sandersall at the age of 67. You understand what is perseverance? Often we give up at the first instance or at the second instance. If the first experience is painful, we have a tendency to forego our attempt. But here are people. We celebrate Tendulkar for scoring hundreds of hundreds. But please remember, he took lot of time to score his first 100 both in one-day cricket and test cricket. He took lot of time. That's what exactly we mean by perseverance. If you want to be a leader, you will have to develop courage. Look at that. Look at that picture. Hundreds of dogs. One cat is smart enough, courageous enough, strong enough to walk past those big dogs. Courage is not somewhere outside. Courage is somewhere inside. Courage is somewhere inside. What can courage do for you? Courage tests your talent. You will be put into test. And every time you will have to come up. You cannot discover new oceans unless you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. Do you get the point? A ship is safe in the seashore, but it is not the purpose for which it is built. A ship is very safe. If you are going to remain at home, you are going to be very, very safe. But nothing you can achieve. If you really want to achieve, you will have to take risk. You will have to be courageous. And if you want to be a leader, you have to develop courage. To become more courageous person, look for courage inside, not outside. Grow in courage by doing the right thing instead of the expedient thing. Take small steps of courage to prepare you for greater ones. Recognize that a leadership position won't give you courage, but courage can make you a leader. Just because you are a leader, it doesn't mean you are a courageous person. Maybe due to circumstances you happen to occupy that chair. But if you are a courageous person, you will automatically become a leader. Therefore, all leaders are not courageous, but all courageous persons can become leaders. That's what. Watch your horizons. Expand with each courageous act. We have seen many people in the past. All those examples, those 10 popular leaders I gave, many were short, many were thin, many come from an ordinary family, but they were all able to succeed. Why? They were courageous. Look at that. To dare is to lose one's footing momentarily. To not dare is to lose oneself permanently. If you don't take courageous step, you will lose yourself altogether. If you are courageous, temporarily you may find yourself in difficulty, but one day you will come out in flying colors. That's why I have been saying, to find yourself, you have to lose yourself. That's what exactly we mean by courageous. If you want to be a leader, the next quality and the most important quality, or one of the most important qualities, teachability. Teachability means your ability to learn even when you know everything. What can teachability do to you? Teachability expands your talent. Look at the picture. The father and the son, they acted in a film called Pa. The father acted like a son. The son acted like a father. A very famous film. It was a Silver Jubilee film. During the function, Amitabh Bachchan was asked, how was it possible to behave like a boy? He said, I was just observing my son Abhishek at home. Abhishek Bachchan was asked, how was it possible for you to be acting like a father? He said, I was just looking at my father and I learned things. Do you understand what is teachability? Often you complain that good teachers are not available, good masters are not available. That is not true. The real problem now is good students are not available. If you are a good student, the masters are automatically available. That's what the quote says. When the student is ready, the master appears. There was a conversation between a master and a disciple. The master asked, who are you? He said, I am Ganesh. That's your name. Drop it. Tell me who you are. He said, I am a professor. That's your profession. Drop it. Tell me who you are. I am a Hindu. That's your religion. Drop it. Tell me who you are. I am a male. That is your gender. Drop it. Tell me who you are. He said, nothing more than this I know. Now the master said, you are ready now. Come and join. You understand what is teachability? The best classroom in the world is feet of an experienced person. Fall flat at the feet of experienced persons. Never hesitate to surrender yourself. If you surrender yourself completely, Master appears on his own. But we have a problem with teachability. As we grow old, what happens? We develop pride. The so-called ego. Pride closes our minds to new ideas. Pride closes our minds to feedback. Pride prevents us from admitting mistakes. Pride keeps us from making changes. You can remove the word pride and place ego there. What is the expansion for ego? Edging God out. Edging God out means you keep God out. If God is out, who will be inside? Devil will be inside. Devil will be inside. There was a trainer from Australia where I attended a program. As the session was in progress, he asked me, Dr. Alex, what's your weight? I told 64. 64 plus 64, you are 128. He asked my neighbor, what's your weight? He said 70. 70 plus 70, 140. He went on doubling the weight for everyone. I was so curious. I asked, Sam, what do you mean by that? He said, Dr. Alex, you are 64. Your ego is 64. Therefore, your weight is 128 kgs. Do you understand? Edging God out. And to many of us, our ego weighs more than our weight. Often we ask, do you know who am I? Do you know my experience? There was a person in the airport. There was a long queue. He broke the queue, straight away went to the counter, put his ticket into the counter and tapped the counter there, said, please check my ticket. The lady inside said, sir, there is a queue, please fall in line. He never listened to that person. Again he tapped at the counter, said, please check my ticket. She again said politely, please fall in line, there is a queue. This person, you know what he said? Looking at that lady in the counter said, do you know who am I? Please check my ticket. The lady promptly picked up the mic and said, there is a person here who do not know who he is. Kindly help him. Do you understand? How many times I have told, do you know who am I? When do we say that? When the ego starts working. If ego comes in, everything goes out. If ego goes out, everything comes in. That's a lesson that you will have to learn. If you are pride, everything goes out. You remove pride, everything comes in. Do you understand? You will have to shed your ego. We came from the dust. We will go back to the dust. Therefore, let us live in this life, a meaningful life. When is it possible? Remove your ego. Find the purpose you are aligned for. Look at this one. How to overcome pride? Recognize and admit your pride. Express gratitude often. Develop the habit of saying thank you often. Laugh at yourself. Whenever you are at fault, just laugh at yourself. But now the question is, how to open up and be teachable? I know everything, but still I would like to learn. That's what the statement given by Kamal Haasan. He watched the film Vishwarupam 79 times. Why? He wanted to correct every aspect in it. He doesn't feel bad about it. How to remove your pride, how to be teachable. Learn to listen. We have a very bad habit of listening to others. Not listening to others. We have a very bad habit of only talking. Even in the exercise that I conducted, I told you, put your hand on the cheek, but all of you put your hand on the chin. We never listen well. To be a learner, the first quality is learn to listen well. Look at this. Understand the learning process. Look for and plan teachable moments. Make your teachable moments count. Ask yourself, am I really teachable? Am I really passionate about learning? Because what matters in life is, it's what you learn after you know it all that counts. It's what you learn after you know it all that counts. There was a person who got up early morning. He has to cross the river. There was a small ferry facility available, boat facility available from one end to the other end. So he was there at 5 o'clock, but the boatman has not come. As he was sitting, there was a heap of stones. So he was taking one stone by stone and putting in the river there. As he was putting, the day dawns. There was little light. Meanwhile, the boatman comes. As he was throwing the last stone, he realized that it was all diamond stones. Do you understand? He thought they were ordinary ones. Now he realized that too, when he was throwing the last stone, he realized that it was all diamonds. But by that time, everything was in the water. We had always the understanding that the stones that were available on the river bank were ordinary stones. On that day, it happened to be a diamond stone. Do you get it? Fine. If you want to be a leader, the next quality that you have to have is character. Once again, I have to show only this person. It was at the museum where he visited his own statue. What can character do for you? Character protects your talent. Your personality will take you to the top, but your character will keep you there. That's the beauty of having a good character. Look at the quote. Personality can open the door, but only character can keep them open forever. Do you get it? Who painted the picture, the Last Supper? Who painted the picture, the famous picture, the Last Supper? Leonardo da Vinci. A famous painter painted a picture called the Last Supper. That is where the Christ had his Last Supper along with his 12 disciples. So he wanted to draw that picture. So he was looking for a model for the picture Christ. He visited place by place. It took a lot of time. Finally, he found one person as Christ. Finally, he found one person as Christ. He was asked to sit as a model. He was drawing the picture. Then he was looking for one disciple after the other. The last disciple, Christ had 12 disciples. The last disciple was the one who betrayed Christ, Judas. So he was looking for a face that would betray others. He was looking for a face that would look cruel. He was looking for a face that would always put others in difficulty. Finally, he found one face. That person was asked to sit as a model and he was painting. As he was drawing the picture, he realized that I have seen this person somewhere. So he asked him, "Gentleman, it looks I have seen you somewhere before. Is it?" He said, "Yes, sir. We have met before. I was the one who sat as a model for the picture Christ." The person who sat as a model for Christ also sat as a model for Judas. It all happened in a gap of 10 months' time. Do you understand? What was the reason? The character was the reason. The character was the reason. To be a good leader, you need to develop your character. Look at this. Character means self-discipline. Character means core values. Character means a sense of identity. Character means integrity. Do you understand? To have a good character, you need to have a lot of self-discipline. All those popular leaders that we have been discussing were known for their character. They never compromised their core values. At the same time, they never lost their identity. Mandela was twice approached by the whites. "If you give up asking for freedom, we are ready to release you from the prison." He said, "No, I shall walk out of this prison only on getting freedom." They never compromised their sense of identity. And they were always an integrated person. Look at this. There never was a good knife made of bad steel. You cannot have a good knife made of bad steel. Similarly, you cannot be a good student if you do not behave well. You cannot be a good executive if you do not behave well. You cannot be a good teacher if you do not behave well. You cannot be a good husband if you do not behave well. You cannot be a good wife if you do not behave well. These two always go together. It is not the other way around. If you want to be good at the office, you have to be good at home. If I have to be good outside, I have to be good inside. You will have to ask yourself, am I good inside as well as outside? That's what exactly we mean character. These are the characters that you will have to work if you want to be a leader. To finish it like this, leadership is nothing but your ability to act and react. An ideal leader has to be an example. He doesn't need to speak anywhere. There cannot be a difference between what a person does and what a person speaks. You should mean what you speak, and you should speak what you mean. Thank you very much.